Well, hey guys, welcome to the National Train Show 2018, Kansas City this year. We got a lot of coverage for you in an entirely new format. You won't see or hear from me much. You will just be hearing from the manufacturers as we cover the products a lot quicker. You'll be able to find a timestamp below within the first couple of days of this video being posted. So a lot to cover here at the National Train Show in Kansas City. Let's get started and see what they have in store for us.
Hi, this is Paul Ellis from ScaleTrains.com. I'm Executive Product Development Manager at ScaleTrains.com. And today at the National Model Road Association National Train Show in Kansas City, Missouri, we announced the SD40 T-2 tunnel motor as the newest member of our HO Scale Rivet Counter series. Dan's zooming in here. We're looking at here one of the versions we're doing is a Rio Grande version. It's one from one of the early deliveries in 1974, if I remember correctly. Basically as delivered. I'm sorry. This is a late version. This is a 1978 built version. And it's configured as it would have appeared in 1985, 86 time frame, retrofitted with the PTC cabinet and PTC pickups on the axles. Box mounted gyro light in the nose. And like pretty much all the other ScaleTrains.com releases that we've done the Rivet Counter series, we loaded up on the detail. I mean, obviously you got the full cab interior. Kind of hard to see, but you got the fireman side seats, engineer seats, control stand, rear bulkhead, all the details on there. Look down below the chassis. You've got all the traction motor cables and other various plumbing, air reservoirs of the plumbing, underframe mounted bell. And the Rio Grande, you can see here, has a correct 4,000 gallon fuel tank. That was unique to their SD40 T-2s. You see the little drain line coming off. We've got that detail there as well. And just a lot of real specific detail. You got the walkway tread plate. And the big thing for the tunnel motor, I know a lot of guys are saying, well, why are you guys doing another tunnel motor? We already got a bunch of tunnel motors in the market. We'd like to think our model sets us apart from all the others by being unique with this feature here, the fully see-through radiator intake in the rear. I mean, engineers designed us a very low-profile drive shaft that fits below the floor. That powers the rear truck. So all axles are powered on the model, which has never been done before in any version. I mean, like there's no gear tower whatsoever. In fact, if you look in there, you have the front and rear bulkheads inside the radiator compartment, just like the prototype. And we even have the radiator fans mounted up on the inside top of the radiator housing, just like the real one. So we think that's a game changer and probably the thing that sets us apart from every other tunnel motor that's been done so far.
How do the Intermountains look? Can you see the tower in them?
All right, we're good.
Hi, I'm George from SoundTraxx, and we've got some really exciting news for you this weekend here in Kansas City. The first off is we've actually introduced now, officially this weekend, a second EMD decoder in our Tsunami 2 product line. This gives you 8 additional EMD prime movers to give you 17 different choices across 2 decoders that you can choose to match your model. One of the biggest highlights of the new sounds in the decoder is our EMD 20-cylinder 645 turbo. So let's take a listen. I've got it installed here in this locomotive here. And we're going to go ahead and change this. We're going to turn on the 20-cylinder. Now listen as we notch it up. So this new EMD decoder is going to be called EMD-2 as a play on EMD nomenclature. And these are actually going to be available this weekend here at the show. So if you come by and see, you can purchase them here. Also, they'll be available in all 5 board formats, and you can order these with your retailer. Next up is we've got a new Steam decoder, Steam 2, and in that decoder we actually added 28 new steam whistles, bringing the grand total up to 90 different choices for you and your model, so you can match it. That brings the sound profile combinations to an astounding 2.1 billion different sound combinations in the one Steam decoder, that all you do is make a couple of CB adjustments and you're good to go, no having to spend time in front of a computer downloading and picking the profile that you want. So that's going to highlight our show announcements. One of the other things we have that I'll show you really quickly is we actually have one of the new proto throttles, and working with the Tsunami 2 and the braking, these things are really fun to play with. So if you happen to come by, be sure to come by and see us, and we'll show a demonstration for you.
Hey, this is Dave Lelbach from Tangent Scale Models. Thanks for showing up here at the National Train Show. We have a brand new UP Quad hoppers today, released in 12 different paint schemes. These are our UP Quads and HO that we announced many years ago, but now we have the N-Scale car that matches the HO ones. We've done 12 schemes for both scales that are identical in terms of paint schemes. We have many SKUs available that are shown there in our catalog page. And these are unit train cars, and their N-Scale cars are new, priced at $32.95. The HO cars are priced at $38.95. Also here at Tangent, we have a couple other new cars that we released in the past month that you can check out on our website. We have our air slide covered hoppers in MKT, BNSF buffers, and Staley. And that's it for the train show this year. Thanks for showing up.
Thanks.
Sorry, I don't know.
So we're here at the Bachmann booth. I'll be your narrator for this one because they're pretty busy, but we've got up top the Pennsylvania number 1120 here. That is a streamlined K4 462 Pacific steam locomotive with DCC and wow sound. So that nice wow sound steam is in this locomotive. That'll be coming out in future runs. Right below it, you've got the 280s, which are hitting shelves now. This has an upgraded SoundTraxx sound decoder in it. Sounds really good. You can check out my review on there. You've got Southern number 630 up front and several other schemes as well. Below that, you've got the ACS 64, which has also been reviewed. It's a great locomotive. They did an awesome job with this. It's got wow sound in it, and there are 4 different schemes. You can see the Saluting Our Veterans scheme, the Amtrak scheme right next to it. Further down, you've got the SEPTA scheme, and the last one is the Demonstrator scheme, where Siemens paired up with Amtrak and made that scheme with the U.S. flag on it. Next row down is a whole run of Amfleet cars from Bachmann. These are lighted DCC as well. They are 85-foot Bud Amtrak passenger cars. So they have lighted interiors. They MSRP for $89. Got the Amfleet Cafe coach cars, and they are offered in phase 6, it says. Also Northeast regional scheme. All right, take it. Bachmann also has a line of tools that they are selling. As you can see on the left, they've got the rotating locomotive cradle where you can put rolling stock or locomotives and turn it to whatever angle you need to work on it. Below that, they've got a track and metal cutter. Looks like a little mini saw there, so pretty cool. And up you have the ballast spreader, so easy and even application of ballast. And you have a powered railer there where you can actually run your locomotives up onto and off of this railer onto your track. So there's no friction, rubbing of wheels, traction tires, things like that to get everything railed and ready to go. It also cleans the drive wheels. So it has a dual purpose there, and those are about 20 inches in length, so they can handle most every HO scale locomotive, the HO scale version anyway. All right, well, that's it from the Bachmann booth.
Hey, Ryan Kunkel from Lionel Trains. A couple of big announcements here for the NMRA National Show, especially for folks in the HO world. Of course, we started getting back into HO over the last couple of years, and this year we introduced 4 new train sets, which will feature our new track design. We have some samples of that here. The great thing about these is they are a magnetic track, so everything just snaps together. Real easy to use. On the underside, you have pairs of magnets and electrical contacts. So these are quite a robust system. Makes it real easy for a beginner to set up. And then also announcing today that we have reached a deal with ATI Model Products, Inc., who hold the Model Power and Mantua brands. We'll be acquiring the majority of their tooling assets, and that will give us a great head start into the HO world with a whole bunch of new products to be announced in the coming year. That deal is still in the works, so you'll be seeing a lot more details, a lot more product announcements and so forth down the road, as well as some additional HO product and other new tooling next year as well. So Lionel is planning to make a big jump into HO in 2019 and looking very much forward to that. A couple other fun things we have here at the show. For our American Flyer fans, we have some new tooling. We have a new bunk car and also a new kitchen car for maintenance away trains. And camp car trains for American Flyer. Those will be officially announced in the next Lionel catalog, which will come out on August 20th. We've got some great traditional O-gauge sets, lots of fun things here. Personalized boxcars. This is a service you can do through our website. Go online. We've got them for birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas. We also have some great cars for first responders and honoring our different service branches. So you can personalize these with text and also photographs. It's just a matter of uploading, clicking, and review the photo print, and then we produce the cars in our in-house in North Carolina and ship them out to you. Have some additional Made in USA product there as well, and also some of our great licensed sets and products, including the fun Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo set that will be coming out here later this year. A really fun train. This is our deco sample for that. We head over to the other side of the booth to take a look at some of our additional O scale product. So we have our Lion Chief Plus line. This is our O-gauge mid-range product. You can run this all off of a conventional transformer or the remote control that comes with it, or with Bluetooth, so you can control it with your phone or smart device. Lots of great locomotives and prototypes here. This line's really grown and done a lot for us over the last couple of years. And we've been adding that Bluetooth technology into all of our O-scale train sets. Our O-scale legacy locomotives now operate off of Bluetooth, and you'll be seeing that in American Flyer and HO as well. A new announcement that we just made about a week or so ago at the LCCA convention. You see our brass hybrid Norfolk and Western K2 locomotive there. This is a wonderful new prototype for us. Combines the die-cast chassis and Lionel legacy electronics and innards that you know from all of our die-cast steam engines with handcrafted brass construction for the body, so that we can do short runs of prototypes that wouldn't necessarily warrant a full tool-up for a die-cast locomotive. And these are available for pre-order now, exclusively through Lionel.com. I invite you all to take a look at those on there and see all the details and features up close. Legacy control, whistle steam, Bluetooth, as I mentioned. Great locomotives. So thank you for coming by. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Well, hey, we're at the TrainTraxx.com booth. Now, this is my neat train show item for the National Train Show. I always pick one vendor that's outside of the regular manufacturers. And I've got Carlton Brown here of TrainTraxx, and he's going to explain exactly what this system does to help the modelers out with their home layouts and club layouts.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, James, for coming out and meeting us here at the show today. But basically what we're doing is we're a TrainTraxx operation platform. And what we do is we bring a lot of automation into operations. And so one of the things that we do it by is using RFID technology. And the RFID technology that we're using is going to take basically put a tag on a car, underneath the car. It'll put a reader underneath the train tracks. That reader will then go to a Wi-Fi module, and that Wi-Fi module will take that signal that it reads from the car to what we have in place is a Raspberry Pi, using it as an access point. So basically the reason that we do this is so when we pre-configure this package to go out to a customer, it's all pre-configured, and the only thing that that customer has to do is connect to their home router. The Ethernet cable from the Raspberry Pi to their home router, and everything works on their layout automatically. The reason why we did go wireless is so there's no extra wires to run or anything like that underneath the layout, and again, just to make it all plug and play. And then what happens from your home router, it goes into our web services, and our web services has all of your inventory of all of the cars that you have and the locomotives that you have. And what it does is it then plugs that into our operations software that kind of tells it where to drop a car off, where to pick a car up at, and not only that, the hardware piece of it gives you real-time display of where that car is being dropped off and where it was dropped off. And then our software will take that and put it back into a pool saying when you need to pick that car back, pick it up, and where you need to take it, and things such as that. So that's it in a nutshell there.
So that's very cool, Carlton. Now here's one of the cars equipped with it. You just push that on the end of the truck there, that RFID tag. So really easy installation and easy tracking of your cars. That's why I thought this was pretty cool. You can find out more information at TrainTraxx.com. There is how the reader's installed under your track.
Hey, one other piece here.
So
you can render it as far as the manifest goes. You can render it to your cell phone, to a tablet, to your laptop, your desktop, or whatever. And so instead of getting a printed manifest, you can actually have your manifest come up on your phone now. And you can also dispatch this from anywhere in the world.
Could this be duplicated as like an inventory system? So even if these trains are sitting in boxes, they're uploaded in a database somewhere?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
So easy way to track your locomotives and rolling stock that way, along with obviously all the other factors that Carlton explained. So thanks for showing this to us, Carlton, and a really cool product. And I'm going to vote this the coolest product I've seen here at the National Train Show.
I'm Hal Miller, editor of Model Railroader magazine, and we're here at the National Train Show in Kansas City. We're going to show you around the booth for a minute. We have a lot of Kalmbach products here in the booth. One of the biggest things we sell a lot of is books. Books on how to build or weather or history of model railroading. We also have planning model railroading, Tony Custer, Jeff Wilson, a lot of names with a lot of knowledge. Our calendar's very, very popular. A lot of great photography, and we also have a lot of video. Our Trains magazine, it's particularly about Chicago locomotives and big steam. Coming up this year or next year in 2019, we're going to have the big boy get back on the rails. So there'll be more video of that. A lot of coverage coming up for Trains magazine on that. A lot of the products we carry here also help you with your modeling. We've got aprons, we've got hats. You can wear a hat while you model. Puzzles. We've got our special interest publications. How to build a small model railroad did really well for us over the last year. But we can teach you to build just about anything and show you how with all of these products. We even have something for the kids over here. Trains for Kids. And that is geared toward the younger audience. It's something we've done a few issues of, and it's been very popular with our younger readers. So we have something for everybody in the booth. It's definitely a place where if you are starting to build a model railroad, you want to come here. We definitely have all the information you need to build one, and the rest of the products are around here at the show.
So we're here at the MTH booth taking a look at some O scale products to begin with. Got the coal turbine in O scale, very cool looking. I tried to get them to downscale that to HO. I slipped Andy Edelman a few $100s, but I don't think it's going to do the trick. We'll see. In O on this side, the top UP, Spirit of UP, I should say, number 1943 has recently shipped, along with the First Responders loco right below it. And you got the U-boats, I believe, and the Alp 45 DP, and the SD70 ACE from Norfolk Southern. They've got a whole line of subway cars about to ship, or in progress of shipping. So this will be their second run, I believe, of those. And then you have a variation of a lot of other HO scale products. Tier 3 ES44 ACs on the bottom row. Dash 9s where we're at now. You see CN and NS. Coming up here to the left, the First Responders locomotive here in HO scale has shipped, or is just about to ship, I should say. And you've got a variation of a lot of steam locomotives. So pretty cool selection from MTH. But all the items that I mentioned that are shipping or about to ship are obviously the next thing on the horizon. And we're awaiting cool announcements from MTH. All right.
All right, this is Zach Thompson, the Group Product Manager with William K. Walthers, and we've got some new announcements today that we can show you. We've got a whole alcove here of Walthers mainline locomotives. In the middle, we've got the ML8s. On the right-hand side, we have GEVO units, as well as some first samples that we have for the Jeep 9 Phase 2 chop noses. We've got a poster above that, but those are pre-production samples that we assembled specifically for the show. On the left-hand side, we've got the SD70 Aces, the most recent deliveries that we just got in. And then on top of that, there's a poster that's announcing a brand new set of schemes, including some Norfolk Southern Heritage units in New York Central, Wabash, and Penn Central.
Cool. Chop.
All right, so this is a brand new 60-foot high cube plate F boxcar from Walthers Mainline. It's a very faithful replica of the prototype, and it's proven to be very popular. They're pretty much sold out at Walthers, but you can see it's a good-looking car with a lot of details for an affordable price at $29.98. Because they were so popular, we're announcing a brand new run today. We've got a poster for it with these 4 paint schemes that are coming out in new numbers, but then also we've got Union Pacific, Norfolk Southern, a new T-Box scheme, Cobrail, and KCS. All right, so this is a brand new Walthers mainline 40-foot well car. It's a Thrall rebuilt, cut down from 48. So you can see this is the first samples that we've got with production samples for the 40-foot single unit. And then today we're actually announcing a brand new 5-unit articulated version of this same car. It's a very cool looking car. You can see this is a pre-production sample, so you can kind of see all the bits and pieces of it, all the parts. It's going to be a good looking finished product. All right, so this is a brand new Walthers Proto GP7, which is a locomotive that's got road-specific detail, including torpedo tubes, different horror types, different bell types. It's a great product when it comes to road-specific details if you want a really accurate version of a Jeep 7 in these 5 roads. Okay, so then this is the modified tank car. It's a 55-foot Trinity modified 30,000-gallon tank car. This is a different version of a 30,000-gallon tank car that we've had in the past. It's now got the shields on the end, which is a 2010 conversion that adds a lot of detail to this car.
So far, what I've been doing is the second and the fourth gear reversals. But my goal was to get it down to but there's the answer. That's fine. What's the name of your viaduct? Let me know when you get a plane back up. Nicholson, that's what it was. Nicholson, I couldn't remember the name. Nicholson. Look at you. Wait, were you from Jersey originally, or did you go flying nowhere? Yeah, it's about halfway down there, man. On the outside? Yeah, it's way down there. Yeah, we can stay on the outside. I'm very familiar with I didn't know which one it was. Yeah, it's dispatch 3837. Is this Tunkhannock Creek? Yeah, Roger, we were holding it. Well, I mean, no, we were just...
So this is Spring Creek Model Trains. They are a hobby dealer, and they frequent several shows in the Midwest, and sometimes east, and sometimes slightly west. They really get around to a lot of different shows and get to see all the different crowds with all the different shows. But most importantly, they have one of the largest selections of products at almost every show I've ever been to. So if you do go to a show, look for the big red sign and you might see Spring Creek Model Trains there selling you some products. So they are usually pretty well stocked. And if you haven't seen my video on their store in Nebraska, I would highly suggest checking that out. Yeah.
Detective 2.
Yeah. Hey everybody, this is Alex Kovac with Kato USA. I'm here today at the National Train Show here in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm here showing some of our new models here in HO scale. First thing up I'd like to show you guys is we have our HO scale Chicago Northwestern bi-levels. These are going to be available coming out in January 2019. We're coming out with new numbers for these guys, so if you already have our existing Chicago Northwestern bi-levels, this will be an opportunity to get some new numbers. As you can see some of the great detail on them. These also have the ability to be able to install interior lights, so some of the nice add-on features that we have with the Kato bi-levels. And again, these will be available in January. So also new to HO scale, we have our Amtrak Superliner Transition Sleeper. One of the cool features that many modelers may or may not know about the Transition Sleeper is the lower and the higher diaphragm on each side. As you can see, again, the high quality detail that our Superliners possess. And these are available now. These are on all of the Amtrak trains with Superliners. So if you're looking to add to your Superliner fleet, this is a good opportunity to be able to get this new model. For the N scale, we are very excited to finally show our first shell sample of the 1943 Spirit unit, the 1943 ACE. This is going to be available in October in both DC, DCC, and DCC with sound. This is a highly anticipated item. We are now currently sold out, but make sure to check out your local hobby shops to see what is still available. And again, this will be out in October.
So the Alice booth is having some shipping issues, so check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/HO Scale Product Reviews for a live stream. Thumbnail. So I want to take a minute to talk about White River Productions. Tony Cook, I wanted to give a thank you as he helped me kind of with some of the coordination of the show. But White River produces Railroad Model Craftsman, Model Railroad News, O-Scale Trains magazine, Narrow Gauge and Short Line Gazette, the newest magazine, which is HO Collector for the HO Scale Model Train Enthusiast. That's my personal favorite. And then the ON30 Annual and HON30 Annual as well. So lots of publications from White River Productions. You can feel free to check them out online or at your local hobby shop, which will most likely carry some of the productions.
Ken Silvestri, Broadway Limited Imports, at the National Convention. First locomotive we have here is the SD40-2. These will be in probably the end of August. They're sweet locomotives, sweet sound. Same thing with the F3s and F7s, tons of road names, and behind them is the Pennsylvania T1, a highly desirable locomotive. Next we have an N scale again, E6, E7s, E8s, all with sound. They come powered and non-powered with extra powered units. It's for separate sale. Then we have the AC 6000s. They've been out, this is our second run, very popular. Modern road names. We jump over to the HO side. There's SW7s, NW2 SW7s. Good, nice little switchers. Mikados, lots of cool road names, of course with sound. Then we have the HO E6 7s and 8s, a ton of road names, sweet locomotives.
This is Joe Fugate at the Model Railroad Hobbyist, and what I have here are what are called the TOMA modules. TOMA stands for the one module approach, and it's a concept that sort of evolved in the magazine over several years. It started with a editorial I did called the One Module Challenge, which is to get people out of their armchair and get them actually building a layout. And it's evolved to the concept of building a layout piecemeal. And so the idea is you build one or two of these modules, and then you add temporary staging onto the end, and you can actually run trains, and you can build the modules to completion in a few months. And so you'll have what looks like a finished layout just in a few months, and you can actually run trains. Also, you can have what I call a dirty area or a work area where you can make a mess and work on the modules, and so the layout area can always stay nice and pristine. And so sometimes your significant other might appreciate that. So there's just a lot of advantages, interesting advantages to TOMA. It's not for everybody, we recognize that, but this is an illustration of the concepts. Well, we have some books here that we're selling. One of them is the Guide to Acrylic Painting, and this is, it said, is in a post-Floquo world. And so we have a number of people, their Floquo polyscale stash is diminishing at this point. So this gives you an answer as to what to do next. And it also has a lot of great tips for airbrushing and brush painting. I gave a clinic based on this book, and I had a number of people come up to me after the clinic and they go, "I've been doing it all wrong." And they said, "There's so many great tips." So yeah, this book is full of great tips, and you can get this on the Model Railroad Hobbyist store. Then we also have another book that's part of a 3-book series. It's called Run Like a Dream, and it came out of visiting Mike Confalone's layout, and he had a 6-hour op session, and there was not one derailment, and things ran like a dream. And so I had a conversation with Mike, and he talked about the things that he does, and then there are certain things that I do, and then I also did further research. So I collected all of that into these different volumes. The first one's track work. The second one is just out. It's called Rolling Stock. And then the third one will hopefully be out late next year, and it's on locomotives. And I've already had a number of people say there are so many things in here that this is so helpful. This is like the Bible on track work and rolling stock. So we're thrilled with those books.
And you've also got your very popular digital magazine, Model Railroad Hobbyist.
Yeah.
It's just taken off in terms of subscribers, so be sure to check that out. And the website for that, Joe?
It's mrhmag.com. That's mrhmag.com.
So we're here at the Athearn booth, and Chris Palomares is busy with the line of folks to see, and he wanted me to convey to you guys that the NS6920 Deco sample is in. So the Honoring Veterans unit. Now this features a 3,900 gallon EMD fuel tank. It's got a cab-mounted PTC antenna array. The NS designed snowplow up front. It's got the slotted style blower duct kick plate, and it has a prototypical cab panel louver arrangement. So without sound, these MSRP for $249.98. With sound, $339.98. But there are discounts available even directly from Athearn.com. So they have discounts on their website. You've got your brick and mortar hobby shops and online retailers that have discounts as well. So here's just a quick pan of the Athearn booth. Lots of rolling stock products, tunnel motors. All right, another view of the other side of their display with the early Challengers, BNSF with natural gas, dual fuel. So you can see all the special markings on this Tier 3 ES44. This one is a experimental natural gas and dual fuel. You can see on the front the next fuel there. So it's another new item from Athearn. Here at the Intermountain booth, we've got the Navajo Mine Tier 4 Gevos that were on the cusp of delivery. Will be delayed for a few months, but there is a pre-production or production sample completely decoed up there. They've also got their in-scale Tier 4 locomotives as well. Down here they have the 4785 PS2 CD covered hoppers in HO scale and you can see on the media visual there what all road numbers and road names they'll have available. SD 40-2s in scale, and Indiana Railroad Ferromax, and a lot of other schemes as well. And also with several schemes, you can just zoom in down there, Bob, the GP16s. So lots of schemes there. So we're here at the NMRA booth to talk about membership with Frank Koch of the NMRA. He's the CFO or Chief Financial Officer, and he's going to go over kind of the membership, how to sign up, where to sign up if you're not visiting the show, and more. So Frank?
Yes, you can. If you're at the show, the National Train Show, you can come to the NMRA membership booth, which is right in the center, really, of the show, and talk to us, and we'll talk to you about the various types of membership, the benefits of each, how much they cost, and we can sign you up right on the spot. You can pay with cash, checks, or credit cards. And if you're not at the show, you can go to the NMRA website, nmra.org, and click on the membership, join now, and they will take all the same information and sign you right up. That's all there is to it. It's very, very simple.
Thanks, Frank. Hopefully it drives some membership. It's very important. You guys do a lot of good things, including standardizing the industry and a lot of behind-the-scenes benefits to modelers, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, James. It's always a pleasure to talk to people who are interested in the hobby.